Alrighty, so sorry.
Y'all, I don't know what to do about this.
If you're just watching this, go ahead.
I'm just wanting everyone to, like, if you guys have any advice on, like, how we're supposed to do this, like, because our internet is not very good. This is my phone that we're using because it's got the best, like,
it's Arkansas,
we're using cellular data, but for some reason the app keeps crashing.
Yeah. But so if you're watching this video the first time, we just went on a live video for, I don't know, an hour. So go back, watch that one. Then you can come over here and finish watching this. I don't know, before the next one, we're probably going to go buy a wireless hotspot, figure something out to be able to get better internet.
Gotta change.
But we're very, very sorry. I know for the user experience, it's not a lot of fun. We're aware of it. We're very sorry. We are working through it. So, Liquidator.
Thank you guys so much for being patient. Really, it means so much that you guys are willing to jump on a different live stream. I mean, I don't even know how to thank y'all for that.
So the Liquidator, I'll wait just another minute because there was like 140 people that were watching.
Yeah, and make sure Grace is on because Grace is the one that asked. Oh! Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us on this other room. I can't even go into this room. I'll meet you there. Okay. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I don't even know, because, like, what I have now is, like, I don't know. I'm so sorry. That's all I can say is I'm really sorry. So I'm waiting for, okay, Grace is here. So when Joe comes back, he's going to tell you about that experience for the Liquidators. Yeah, so, okay, so I don't know what we're going to do. If you guys have any, I mean, we're going to try and get a hotspot before next Thursday. Yeah. But if you guys have any advice on, like, what we can do, because our internet here is not very good, which is really sad for an e-commerce business. But our internet here, like, we've tried. We've been on the phone at least once a week with them. Yeah. Just trying to get things worked out. But we're kind of really rural in our area, so we don't have a lot of options. Yeah. And so, yeah.
Rural internet people, it's like, there's only, like, really 1-2 options. And it took 2 months to get our internet working. Every day at 3 o'clock, our internet would go out, and it took them over 2 months for it to finally figure it out. And it was a part that it kept overheating every day at the same time, and they took them a long time to figure out. So
yeah, so it's just it's a lot.
Is Grace back on?
Yeah, she's on.
Awesome.
Right. But Greg, just so you know, my family is from Pampanga in the Philippines. I don't know if you're familiar where that is, but it's not very far from Manila. So yeah.
Well, look, Eric. Holy cow! Seriously, y'all? Donna and Eric, like, Eric's been around for a long time too.
What? There's another one?
I don't even know. Like, we're just buying shirts. Like, we're gonna do lots of shirts.
We're gonna have some fun stuff. Maybe
giveaway
some stickers.
Shirts.
We'll do some stickers.
We'll get stickers, shirts,
and we'll just do like,
because all this is going back to you guys. That's crazy. Liquidator.
Except for the
one we gotta take the kids.
Where we're gonna take the kids out on that. So
so we went there, and it was crazy. I don't know if you watched the vlog, but we get there, and this guy is like, you know, he's looking at us, and he's like, I know you. He's like, this is crazy. He's like, I just heard about this last night, and I went on YouTube, and I looked it up, and I found your YouTube channel, and I was watching your videos with my buddy last night and was encouraged to go do this. And then I was praying and asking God for a sign if I should do this or not. And then y'all walked in the door.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. So we get there, and, you know, I wanted to talk to them. I wanted to know about their Amazon return pallets. We like Amazon return pallets. One, we know the assortment of items. There's a wide assortment of items, high dollar items, good quality items. There's good mixture of stuff that's there. Like, that's why we like them. But with Amazon returns, a part of the different programs...
You took my coffee, give it back.
Sorry, I was thirsty. is they come on a truck, a truckload, a trailer truck, whatever you want to call it, and it's just packed, non-pallets from floor to ceiling, front to back. So there are liquidators that buy that, and they palletize it, which is where the cherry picking process,
I couldn't swallow. What are you doing?
I don't know. Somebody sent a message.
He's zoned out for like a second.
Yeah.
The checking. The
chicking. The cherry picking process. Where
I
that's
didn't mean to
where
do that.
it happens, right? Some liquidators, they just pallet it all up, right? And some don't. Some of them pull items off. So I wanted to find out what their liquidator did. And they have a partner that they're partnered with that he has a software that he has developed that he is able to scan the items and it's able to tell them like how much it's worth, which pallet to put it on. For the goal is for each pallet to be worth retail value $1,500 to $2,000. Granted, these are customer returns. We know that with customer returns that they are often probably best case scenario 60% of retail. More than likely, it's probably going to be around 45 to 50% of retail value, right? But their partner, pulls items out, the expensive items from what we're finding. And when he was talking, he said the easily shippable items that can be sold on eBay. So I was there. We were going to buy pallets. I wanted to give them a shot because we believe in giving people shots. We want to know process. It's really, we're paying to learn. And so we did the unboxing today with the first pallet. I don't know how much to go into detail about it. I mean, there's 73 people watching. I don't know how many people are going to watch this. I feel like they should know. Mm-hmm. So it didn't go very well. Like we did get, when we paid $350 for it, we threw in a cost of $75 for expense of gas, time, food, driving up there, $225 for the 3 pallets, right? So this pallet, we estimated that our all-in price was $450. And we unboxed it, $775, right? If we paid $350 for it, that would be fine. Like we would more than double our money. It's we would be happy with that. But we've probably bought, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 at least pallets of Amazon customer return pallets. We know the mix that should be on there, and they're not what they should be. Granted, it was one pallet. Maybe it was a dud. We don't know. I don't want to give them a fair shot. We've got 2 more pallets to unbox. But if you guys are considering buying from them before, if you have $350, you're going to be able to buy that pallet for $350, and you're going to be able to make some money. But the problem is I know that you can get pallets that have not been cherry picked for $500, $550. That you
can make more than that.
A lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a safe bet.
It's a safe bet.
And I think one of the things that was really concerning to me was that there was nothing that I could sell online.
Nothing. Everything's
going to have to be local.
And it was all like $30, $40, $50 items. And that's going to take a lot of work. A lot of work. Normally, like we would find like on a pallet like that, we would find, I mean, you see our unboxings. There's usually 2, 3, 4 items that are at least worth at least $200 mm-hmm. that we're able to sell and make our money back. And then do the, sorry, somebody keeps sending me another message. But then the rest of it would be, it's a little bit harder money, but those 3, 4 items that we could sell to get our money back on the pallet very quickly. And then we can kind of get the other money slowly because they're less expensive items. And that's been our strategy. But I didn't, I was excited because they're opening up a location here in Little Rock, which is 30 minutes from us. Lots of opportunity. But, as an individual pallet buyer, I just don't know,
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right now, it's all up in the air. This
Yeah.
is our first impressions, but things could change. So
yeah, and that's the questions that you guys, as you go and you buy, you buy pallets that you like. That's why we like specific pallets. That's why we like Amazon shelf pull pallets, because we know what to expect. Like we have a good feel for them. They may not be like the huge like $3,000 or $4,000 pallets that some people may get sometimes, but we know that. That we know what to expect, that we know that we can get usually, like if we buy a shelf pull pallet, then we'll usually get between $1,100 to $1,500 in profit from that. So, yeah.
Let's see, where we at? If you had a question
In the
on
other,
the other room and I didn't answer it, or if you have something that you want to know or something you want to talk about, make sure you put that in the comments again, because I can't go back to that one right now.
And put it in all capitals. We got about 20 minutes before we got to go pick up the kids.
20 minutes. All right, let's keep moving. Okay, Conway is hopping, but like we're on a road, and then there's a road right out here, and we're outside the city limits by 3 houses. So that side is all fiber and really awesome and has great internet and great trash service. And then this side, it's like nobody cares. And so we're like off by like 3 houses.
Yeah.
It's awful. And somebody says, since we have an e-commerce business, we would move. We thought about it, but we think it would be best, like if we did something, that we would do something, we would move the business somewhere, not necessarily our home for right now. Because we have plans, but also we want to be smart about our money. We don't have unlimited money and things like that. So for our long-term goals, we hope to move in the next couple of years. But this is a good place and it's a good neighborhood. So I think that we would just move the business out of our garage and into a bigger area
And that's something that we're really, and we're about to be on the show. We've got lots of stuff that's we're talking about.
Jessica wants to know what we do with items that need replacement parts that are very hard to get.
You want to answer it?
Go ahead, go for it.
It depends on the item, how expensive it is. If it's an item like today, we unboxed a light that has a couple broken. I feel like I'm spilling the beans on this unboxing. Y'all watch the unboxing still, please. But it was a $200 outdoor light that 2 of the glass panels were broken. And at first I was like, oh, we'll just count it as 0. But then I looked up the price and found it was $200. Well, $200 is worth it for me to spend 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half to try and replace either contact the manufacturer, get the parts for it, or maybe just get all new glass panels made and get in there and put it to sell it. If it's a $20 item, then I'm probably not going to, or maybe a $50. Like I put an hourly wage on myself and what we do. It's usually like $50 an hour is what kind of the thing. If it's going to make me that much money, then I'll do it. But if it's going to cost me more money because I could use that time, like especially limited time, if you could use that time to make more money elsewhere, you may just cut the loss and just deal with it as you can because you can use your time to do other stuff, which is going to make you more money than hunting a piece, which we always call that you're spending dollars trying to save pennies.
So Rick has a few questions.
Yep.
He's just asking for startup advice. So I'm gonna give you a couple of tips here, Rick. And there are other pallet flippers in here. There are some who have even more experience than me. So if anybody has any tips, but my tips are Jessica says this all the time. Jessica Shields. She says research. She said you really want to look into it. If you're looking for a specific item. Or a specific type of item, find out what sells really well in your area, and start looking at, like, for example, if you think Amazon will work, general merchandise, if you're looking at tools pallets because tools sell really well in your area, if you're looking for, whatever it is in your area, if you're in a rural area, maybe like, outdoor stuff, like a Lowe's pallet or something like that. For us, we love, we haven't had any in a really long time, but like Target pallets, because especially furniture, because it does so well in our area because we're just a young family community. So find out, do some research. What is the demographic in your area? What would people would like for it? Or what I'm saying words. They're not the right words, but I'm saying them. And then go and find unboxings on YouTube for those pallets so you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Also do research on your liquidators. Make sure that you know all of your fees up front. Anybody else have any other advice? How about you, Vance? I know you probably do.
He says he tries to stick with general merchandise everyone needs, and that's what we do. That's also
true. Yeah.
And especially now, like you buy items that if we're headed for a recession, we don't know exactly that you buy items that people are still going to buy. Like even when the economy is slow, people still buy stuff. They just buy more value oriented. They look for the discount stuff. They may go used or box damaged
Also, don't spend any money that you can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
Do not use your rent money on liquidation. Yeah. Do not use your food money on liquidation. If you want to do liquidation, you save up a little bit at a time. You come up with that spending money and you spend that, because there is no guarantee that you'll get that money back. Even if you do something like, there's a chance you could double it. But then if you're new and you don't know what you're looking for, like for us, it's a little different. We've been doing it a long time. We kind of know what to expect. And even now we still get surprised. Like we still get surprised by stuff,
Yeah. But start by selling stuff around your house. Most people can probably find $400 or $500 worth of stuff laying around the house, in closets, shoes, clothes. Get on eBay, sell it. Get on Poshmark, sell it. Get on Facebook, sell it. Get that money and then invest that money.
That's a good idea.
And then go from there.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, and to flip it, $5 super chats are now basically nothing.
They're good. They're golden. Like I don't know what the crap happened. Donnie happened.
Donnie started something,
and then
I was happy with the $5 super chat.
And then I just remember Donnie. I'm not discounting anybody else at that.
No, everybody.
Just the name Donnie. It just I don't know. Just easy to remember.
No,
name.
I mean we have so many. Like I mean, I can't even. My brain.
Yeah.
Every time I think about it, my brain goes. Ah!
Ah. Yeah. I remember, who was it? I think it was Kat. I forget her YouTube channel, but she gave us our first super chat ever. It was like $5. I was like, somebody gave us $5 today. That's crazy.
So excited.
Yeah.
Tina, we were talking about
Southern Liquidation.
Yes, sorry. I'm still on the super
Their
chat.
pallets are $350 because their system puts on the pallet $1,500 to $2,000.
Thank you, Vance.
MS or like retail value. That's not a bad deal. So it's not that you are like you're gonna buy a pallet and then like all the best items are taken out. It's kind of like that, but the way that they are stacked and the way that they are sold is that they are $1,500 to $2,000 in retail. So that would be a safe bet for $350. But the items that we've seen, it's going to take a lot more work than normal, than what we are accustomed to sell. People may be okay with it.
We did ask on at the Liquidator, like what platforms the person who palletizes all of this, and they sell online. So you can probably expect that those Amazon returns are not going to have anything that's particularly sellable online.
Yeah.
As well. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So TJ. Thank you so much for the encouragement and for watching. You want to know if it's our main job or if we do it on the side. This is one egg in one basket. We do have other stuff. At the very beginning of, this is take 2. At the very beginning, I addressed kind of a long-winded address of like our business model, just so that we're not confusing people. But this is just, even we've niched down on our YouTube channel because this is something that adds value to the reselling community. But we are wholesale also. I'm a doula. We do YouTube, and then we also do pallet liquidation. So it's not the only source of income that we have. So yes.
Yeah, you can. We recommend if you want to do liquidation. Granted, Arizona Liquidators, there's a lot of people that make full-time income doing liquidation. You can do it. I'm not saying you can't do it or it discourage you from doing it. I'm just saying it's a lot easier if you need to make an extra $400 or $500 a week. Pallet flipping is a side hustle that you can use to make that.
Yeah.
I mean, even $200 a week, you could, whatever it is. We just know that 50% of Americans, that was before the pandemic, that 50% of Americans couldn't afford a $600 unexpected bill if it happened. That the average American spends 1.5% more per year than they make. So like this, like it's a way that you can.
And I will also add, it's not easy. No. It is not something that you're going to because you might get a pallet of things that take a long time to sell.
Yeah.
So you just
like
don't
know. Water balloon launchers.
Like a whole boxes it full of. Anyways, yeah. Also, your second question is what is y'all's top website to buy from? We've bought from a lot of different places and we like them, and then we just purchase things that we like. Right now we're on a liquidation.com kick. Because we've been doing pretty well on them.
Certain pallets. And
certain locations as well. So, yeah. But, I mean, we like that. I'm not going to say it's our favorite because we have bought from a lot of other places and liked them too until they didn't have the pallets anymore, and then we just sourced them somewhere
Yeah.
else. So if we're doing good and we've got a business model that works for the stuff that we're getting, we'll just continue to do that until we can't anymore, and then we find someplace else. So
but we're shifting away from online buying because unfortunately that is going to be a negative impact of the TV show coming out that we're on, that we do feel like the areas most impacted by the prices of it. It's going to
that's for you. Just for you. Just for you.
That it's going to be online auction sites like liquidation.com, bulk.com, VIA trading. All those are probably going to be the ones that are going to be more expensive because those are the most easily, you Google it, those are the places that come up. So,
and then your last thing is, have you heard anything about smaller lots? Now, we haven't purchased from smaller lots, but one of our favorite channels, Pallet Jackin, does. His name is TJ.
Yeah.
They're TJ and April. I would look at their videos for smaller lots. They do an unboxing. They've done a few of them I've seen. So I would look and see with them because I just don't have any experience with them, but I know that they do. So
I would say I have shopped at there a lot. They do have smaller lots. They have smaller lots. What I was trying to say was
smaller lots has smaller lots.
Duh.
Breaking news.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, y'all, anytime that you get smaller lots from any liquidation company, the more it's going to be because it's more people are able to buy that because those items traditionally are to be sold online. So with that being said, smaller lots, in my opinion, their prices aren't as small as they should be.
Oh, look, TJ's on. I didn't. Yes. Him. TJ Lovelace.
Yes.
Him. What's
Love
his other
Lady,
channel though?
not Lovelace. Where's Lovelace
I
from?
don't know. I can't think anymore. I'm trying. I'm so sorry, TJ.
We hope you do well also, Pablo. It's, yeah.
Tell April I said hi,
TJ.
TJ.
I apologize.
Small lots.
It was smaller dollars.
Smaller dollars. Smaller. Yeah. Okay. In it to flip it. Question: are you fearful that shelf pools are going to be more returns like some of your recent pallets? That's a good question. I
think. Go ahead.
No, you can. If you've got, I was formulating an answer, but if you've got one, go for it.
I think it's a concern from this one location. Me personally, I'm going to call them at some point to get better understanding because it looked like with ours was that particular warehouse, they were clearing out stuff that wasn't selling to make space for other items that were selling. So I feel like that's what happened because obviously Amazon warehouse deals, Amazon used items don't sell as quickly on Amazon. They do sell, but they don't sell as fast. So I know some liquidators out there, they do advertise customer returns as shelf pools a lot of times. So I would be wary. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Well, Carrie, staying up after 2 a.m. Wow.
So
that's
what time
awesome.
is it? 8, 9. Where are you at in the UK? Over there?
He might be asleep now.
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. Britton, yes, we did miss you. Thank you for asking the question again. You can go ahead. Can you use the social security number to start flipping, or go ahead and get a tax ID or certification, which Eric actually just answered. Eric. You can start with social security, which is totally fine. In it to flip it, Rick, I put more than 40 hours of research and comp time before buying my first pallet last year. That's a smart move.
Yeah. I found one other thing on the liquidators. It was kind of funny. Usually I'm a very risky person, like online. I'm like, let's just buy it. And she's like, I don't know about this. But when we went to the liquidator and we were shopping at pallets, our roles reversed.
I was like, this is fine. I can make money off this.
But I was looking at all the items and I was like, ooh, that's Pellos. I don't like that. That's a cheap item. Ooh, I see this. I don't want it. So I found myself very...
It was funny because I'm a big picture kind of person and he's a detail-oriented kind of person. So you find online, big picture people have a harder time because they can't get a clear big picture. And so it's like, we've only got like 2 pictures and it's kind of weird. And I don't know how I feel about that. And he's like detail oriented and he's like, he knows all the details about this pallet, where it came from, all this other stuff. So he's got that to look at and he can make a decision. Well, it's kind of the opposite when you look at them in person. You know only that they're $350 and maybe kind of where they got it and you don't have any, but then you've got all of these detailed stuff like the different items that are on there and everything.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, big picture, I can definitely make my money back on $350 off the stuff that I see right here on the front. So it's just kind of interesting to see, for sure. Arizona Liquidators. Lowe's is horrible. Home Depot's pretty good. So for those of you, when I said Lowe's, take it from them. Apparently Lowe's is really bad. I've never had a Lowe's. I think I looked into it once and I was like,
I don't like them. I just,
so I just, that was just an example. I probably should have made that clear. Like, I'm just shooting out names that I'm thinking about here. But thank you for saying that, because I didn't want people to be like.
You said that because the Liquidator said that when we were there on
That's true.
Friday. It was a subliminal thing. He was like, Lowe's is good, Home Depot I don't like. But yes.
Yeah, so anyway, but like there's pallet flippers here that are saying that Home Depot is better.
Yeah.
So, do your
And we don't know.
research. Do your research and take it for what it is, because I don't know personally. They would know better because if they've actually done it.
We like the Amazon shelf pulls and returns. That's us. We get something we like and then
or Target.com.
Yes. But they're so expensive right now.
Yeah, if we can source them for the right
Plus
price.
you get all the back to school stuff, all the Easter stuff and shelf pull stuff right now. It's scary.
Anyway, been looking online for a pallet to start off with, but I'm having a hard time choosing and need advice, and on shipping also.
We've got like maybe 10 minutes left we can do.
Okay. And to get a pallet off the trailer if it doesn't have a lift.
We built a little, ours was like a little flat. We built a little off ramp for it.
It was so scary.
We did.
But we did
it worked. So.
Okay, guys. So we have to go get our kids. So I'm trying to kind of get through with this. But if you do continue to have questions, just comment after the fact, and I will. Okay, where am I at?
There's one about manifest or unmanifested.
I've heard that, but I can't see it anymore.
Down at the very bottom. They just asked it. I'll just answer it because I know while you're looking.
Okay.
We like unmanifested personally because there's a greater reward factor. It's riskier, but with risk comes reward for us. Manifest, they aren't always 100% accurate. Sometimes like they'll have, like you'll see on the TV show, I don't know how much you'll see, but I know like on the Extreme Unboxing, which what's called, David has, it's called Extreme Unboxing. It's on A&E. Season premieres August 4th, 10 p.m. Eastern time on A&E. We make our debut August 11th.
I need some of you resellers to help me answer these questions that I'm not getting answered.
Yep.
I'm not able to answer.
I think tonight we're only going to be able to do really one goodbye. Usually we do multiple goodbyes. Yeah. But the time is...
thank you, TJ. He said we were big boy builds. We were trying to get
all right
answers for him, and we So honestly, with choosing a pallet, it just comes with research and finding out how have an idea of how you're going to sell it. Find an online way to move items. Find a local way to move items, one that works for you. Have that in place. Do some research on what kind of community you have, so you can kind of source the right pallets that people are going to buy locally. And as with shipping, I would just try to find out exactly how many fees you have. If you're going to order multiple pallets, you might be able to organize your own shipping. And sometimes that could be cheaper as long as they allow it. Now with COVID-19, we actually have had some struggle organizing our own shipping simply because they won't let people on the dock just for social distancing and safety purposes. So those are all things you're just going to have to answer.
And shipping right now is so high because, thank you, Lenora, that freighters, like people are actually driving, like the companies, the prices right now, they are kind of making it a little expensive on people.
Lenora also, I don't know if they answered yet, but Arizona Liquidators is in Arizona. Taking forever to sell the last of your pallet. That happens. Sometimes you just got some like long...
And then you just have it, and then you get more pallets, and the next thing you know, you've got a storage unit full of all kinds of stuff.
Is there a place that you don't buy from or would not endorse or would endorse?
And there's so many liquidators out there. I don't like... It just, there's...
People are laughing at my snort.
so many hits and misses. From our personal experience, all the ones that we have bought from, we would buy from again. The jury's still out on our current purchase from Southern Liquidation. But if you're looking for like $350, get in on this, learn it, and double your money, and you can pick it up locally, then that's a good bet. But right now it's there's just so many liquidators. I hope one day to be able to, our YouTube channel grows. We've talked it would be super awesome to be able to go pick random Patreon members and be like, hey, we're gonna be in Texas next month. We would love to be able to buy y'all a pallet and come unbox it with you.
It'd be fun. Just a fun thing.
And just purchase from different liquidators and have that experience to share with everybody. So that's kind of...
we would learn about different liquidators. Other people would get free product to be able to resell. And I just think that'd be a really fun experience. It's something that we want to work with. I mean, obviously we don't have the funds for that right now, but that would be a fun thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
Pablo, do you recommend a live sale on Facebook, or is it better to just sell online? Now, we've done live sales within our group, and sometimes we still do if we have an influx of product. But you have to keep in mind, that's just a lot to keep up with. And especially if you've got pallets with a lot of things in boxes, you're going to have to organize. There's a lot of organization that goes in beforehand. So you're giving people the listing so they can see what it is. And you have to it's just a lot to kind of facilitate, which we don't do them very often. But if we have a lot of items that we know are going to sell very fast and we don't want to take the time to list it all, we've developed this community on this Facebook Live, and we've done sales like that. Just so that we don't have to list it. But I think we get better results listing the stuff online and taking the time to do that. So we do that most of the time. Yeah. So any questions you have, we'll go back and review this later on. I think that's one layer for the Patreon group that we want to be able to add, is doing specific live videos for people that are wanting to do this, that have specific questions. It's just more access that people can have to us. But it's more time that we have to spend. That's why it's Patreon, because we just can't do live videos on YouTube every day. It affects the algorithm. It affects the way that YouTube suggests our videos. It just wouldn't be very good for our channel if we did live videos every single day. I'm looking through and just making sure. Zombies Garage, you can email me and Jessica.Rensing at the family, or you can do Joe. We're behind currently on answering emails. Yes. So just know that we do this right now. We're doing this every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, as long as we can manage it. So if you have more questions, please do, or you can watch some of the replay and stuff like that. But we do want to make sure that we do answer questions. Just be patient with us with text and email and stuff. So let's see. What kind of questions should we ask a liquidator or wholesaler before purchasing a case, pack, or pallet? If you can't answer now, please do so next time. I would want to know what the items are. It's we went and saw some Target case pack pallets the other day, and one whole pallet was plastic bowls that were maybe sold for $1. So I'd want to get some UPCs, something to where I could look up to see what those items are before I did, because right now Target, they've got a lot of case pack stuff selling prices that's very cheap. So I'm writing down some of these questions. Auto Buff, I have a lot to say about your question, selling price expectations, and I don't have time to answer them right now. So I'm going to make sure that we answer it first time we go onto the live next week. Yeah. Hello everybody, you guys are awesome. And we may we'll probably go through, make a video sometime over the next few days to post on Monday answering some of these questions. Yeah, so if you guys have do have questions after we get off, post questions down, and I'll try to post a recorded video too and help answer, because a lot of these questions that you guys ask, a lot of people ask on our comments anyway. So it'd be nice to have a recorded video that we can just relate to. We can just kind of, woo, Pablo! Thank you! Awesome. All right. We've got to go. Normally we do several goodbyes. So if you're first time joining us live stream, we usually have multiple goodbyes because we're in the South, and that's just how we do things. We, pre-pandemic, you'd hug, you'd say goodbye, then you'd get comfortable, then you're like, oh, we got to go, and then you'd hug, say goodbye, and then you get comfortable, but,
So we appreciate y'all. Huge blessing tonight.
You guys are amazing. I'm overwhelmed with just how lovely and wonderful.
But we're buying
you guys are.
shirts with this super chat money to be given away at the 25,000 live stream celebration that's going to be happening in like 2 weeks.
Except for some of those you who have specific requests for how we use the money. We will do it.
Yep.
We love you guys. Until next time. Peace.